Rebels, and welcome back to my life. It's writing update day, but before we do that, I have to tell you something really awesome that happened. Camera change. Okay, so if you're a rebel and you've been a rebel for a while, you know about my series, The Realm Keepers. Well, the first episode of The Realm Keepers has always been free. We know people will like the series, so we're like, hey, try the first one for free. Well, today, Realm Keepers Episode 1, the free ebook on Amazon and Kobo and iBooks and Nook and everything, got its 100th review, which is like really exciting. So to reward, or maybe to punish you for this, here is me doing my own happy dance and then the happy dance of some of my favorite YouTubers. Okay, this is your 5-second warning. If you do not want to see what's about to happen, you should click away right now. Oh dear, I apologize. People like me should not be allowed to dance. There should be a new Geneva Convention specifically to delineate what types of people should and should not be allowed to dance, and authors are probably at the top of the list of people who should not. Anyway, thank you to everybody who's reviewed Realm Keepers Episode 1. Tons of people are downloading it, more than the 20,000 that already downloaded it, so it's kind of a big deal to us. Okay, writing update. So I'm going through the editing process of Rebel Yell after so much beta reader feedback from everybody. The editing process for any book kind of tends to put you in that space where you're like, I suck. Because beta readers, rightfully so, are going, hey, I like it, but here are some problems that I have noticed. Sometimes those problems are minor, and sometimes they're really not. See, the great thing about all of the beta readers so far is that they seem to understand what I'm going for on the book, and so all of their advice is gauged to help me achieve that. The characters are becoming more realistic, more alive. They're talking, in some cases, more like people would actually talk, and in some cases, less like people would actually talk. But that's good, because it enhances the story. Everything enhances the story. The story, the characters, the plot, that is all the most important things in this book, because I can't just have a dragon show up and suddenly the book becomes exciting again. The excitement is in the reality of these people and what their struggle represents in the struggle that we go through in our lives, not just as artists, but as people. Because fun fact, artists are usually people. And this isn't to say that everything has to be realistic all the time. Nobody in real life talks like people talk in a Quentin Tarantino movie. And some of the people in Rebel Yell should talk like characters from a Quentin Tarantino movie, because they are these hyper-extended visions of what actual people in real life represent. But then there are certain moments, like interactions between the main character Steve and his best friend Tanya, where they have known each other their entire lives. And when everybody else is gone, and it's just the two of them, and a beer, and a glass of whiskey, and just conversation, they talk like real folks. And making characters morph from the state of being a real person to an unreal person, or taking characters who are frankly very unreal and sort of larger than life, and finding the reality within them as the story evolves, is a really, really fun process, but it's also sort of like, I thought I was done. That's what's going on with Rebel Yell right now. Thank you to everybody who is still getting through the book. Thank you to Dave and David, who were the first two to leave reviews on. And thank you again to everybody who's left reviews on The Realm Keepers. We love you guys so much. You make our lives more awesome every day. Thanks for watching, Rebels. I'll see you on Monday. Bye. I don't know why I'm doing this to you.